I'm Evan Wright, a partner in the Regulation Department at JMW Solicitors. Amongst other things, I represent solicitors when they are investigated and prosecuted by the SRA. The first meeting with the SRA forensic investigator can be rather stressful, and it helps to know what to expect in advance. There are quite a few reasons why the SRA might visit. They might be visiting lots of firms across the industry to conduct a thematic review. It could be because of complaints from clients or problems arising in the accounts. It could be because a member of staff has reported some alleged wrongdoing by a colleague. Whatever it is, you'll normally be given those reasons in advance, and the level of detail depends on what it is. So here are the kind of topics you might typically encounter. Not all of them will arise. It depends upon the reason for the investigation or the visit. Some background about the firm: the kind of work it does, the number of staff and partners, who is the CULP, COFA, MLRO, and is their training up to date? Has the firm entered into any IVAs, or does it have any county court judgments? Is there a breaches register, and is it up to date? Are tax issues up to date? Does the firm use an electronic accounts package? Is there an in-house bookkeeper, or is everything outsourced? What are the IT arrangements? Are the client account reconciliations up to date? Is there a shortfall in the client account, or is there a credit balance in the office account? Essentially, can the firm meet its current liabilities? When was the last accountant's report? How many bank accounts are there? Who has access to those bank accounts? And is there an AML policy? Have the staff been trained, and is the training up to date? Are the professional indemnity insurance premiums up to date? Are there any current claims against the firm, or has the firm received any complaints? Roughly how many files does the firm have, and which heads of work do they involve? Although this may not be possible to determine at a first visit, the SRA might ask for a rough idea of work in progress. What is the firm's archiving policy? If apparent misuse of funds has triggered the visit, the investigator is likely to ask, are you aware of any misuse of client funds, or have you taken money you're not entitled to? It's a very simple question, but the answer could have implications right across the investigation and can create parallel proceedings. Stress and mental health issues quite often arise, and the topic needs to be handled with some sensitivity on both sides so that it's placed in its proper context. The first meeting might involve a consideration of, for example, individual complaints against the firm. The officer might describe the circumstances and invite comment. The SRA will rely upon those answers, so they need to be carefully considered. In advance of the meeting, then the SRA might ask you to gather particular information, such as client account reconciliations, bank statements covering the last 3 months, or a cash book. They might also ask for access to a list of particular files. Being a solicitor or a regulated non-admitted lawyer involves an obligation to cooperate with the regulator, and non-compliance almost always has implications in terms of costs and sanctions. The SRA will be flexible to a degree, but turning up at the meeting without having done any homework doesn't look great. The first meeting with the SRA is extremely important, and I often find that if I arrive in the case after the first meeting, I've lost an opportunity to properly explain the firm's position. Now, sometimes the situation can be retrieved, but sometimes this simply isn't possible, and it becomes an exercise in damage limitation when early involvement could have avoided allegations. So please feel free to get in touch on a no obligation basis to discuss how we can help. Thank you for watching.